current election system. So how do we rebuild the trust? First thing, the reason we're all here together is because we need reform of the system. Last summer we elected they refused to enter into any formal agreement. We decided to go slow. We know that the policy there was all the right thing to do. We stood down on 38 seats to allow austerity and a hard Brexit.
So Peter Sweden here reporting live from Parliament Square. The marches against terrorism has taken place earlier. I was there. Unfortunately, I missed the one United Against Extremism. I was at the EDL one, and when I was reporting on it, and there was also a lot of Antifa. And now I'm here in Parliament Square. There is a protest taking place against the government. So I'm here. There's some guys with some communist flags around here. We have a person from the Green Party speaking here behind me right now. Let me change the camera for you guys so you can have a look.
Was cut in half. So we paid a really high price. We allowed, I think 22% of our members voted for another political party. My hope and my belief is that it's now time for payback. Those other political parties need to work with us now so that the next time we go to the polls, we collectively go on a platform of demanding immediate and urgent electoral reform.
Yeah, so this is Peter Sweden here at a protest against the government, I believe. There's someone from the Green Party speaking on stage at the moment.
I think now we're going to have a creative stunt because it wouldn't be a Make Votes Matter event without wild colours and crazy ideas. I'm not actually quite sure how it will work, but Kleiner assures me.
Okay, apparently there's a guy that's for Queers for Islam that's around here somewhere. Let me see if I can find anything.
Basically, you may have noticed we've got lots of coloured balloons, and you may have guessed that these might represent party colours. So actually, this time what the balloons mean is 10,000 votes each. So in this instance, this is...
And disproportionate about this result was how many votes you needed to get an MP. The SNP needed only around 28,000 votes to get an MP, and that compares with around 500,000 votes for the Green Party to win an MP. So that's why the SNP are represented by 3 balloons. Would anyone like to volunteer to come and put on an SNP set and have the 3 balloons? Yes, I see a volunteer.
Kom igen, ska ni för en intervju?
Maybe, yeah, I'll see.
The rest of you think you've got out of it, but there's actually a lot more parties to go, so...
Let's have a look here, what's going on.
Anybody here from the UK? Hey!
Everyone take photos and post them on social media and... Yes.
There's someone from SNP on stage, Scottish National Party. Seems like they're protesting against the government joined the Alliance for Proportional Representation in House of Commons. This is more... there's some political parties here speaking.
The next party is one that wasn't so well known before the election, but now they play a disproportionate role. It took them only 29,000 votes to win 1 MP, and now they're in coalition. It's the DUP. With their disproportionate power at the end of the election, there's a coalition now formed with only 43% of the votes, which isn't majority support. So if someone would like to come and volunteer to be the DUP. Someone in the back.
Yeah, please like and subscribe and share, guys. So is that a Soviet flag you have there?
No, just a red flag.
Red flag? Ah, okay. Is that Corbyn on Jeremy Corbyn? So why are you here today?
Because I believe that the Labour Party, as well as all the other political parties, should be supporting the voting system of proportional representation. All of the people in the country should be represented.
Do you want to change the government system to a proportionate system instead of MPs?
Well, I believe that the first past the post system should be abolished, and that's not the correct way to elect MPs.
Okay.
So the next two parties are the Conservatives, who had one MP elected for 43,000 votes, and Plaid, who had one MP elected for 41,000 votes.
We want to volunteer the Tories.
Where's Ben Howlett?
Thank you.
Yeah, so there was a lot of Antifa here earlier that I got a lot of good footage of, by the way, about my YouTube later, so stay tuned for that. Several Antifa were arrested. It seems like it's all quieted down now. I missed the Unite Against Extremism march that took place earlier, but I reported on the EDL march and also the Antifa. So yeah, but anyway, they're having a speech here on at Westminster at Parliament Square here regarding well, they want a different voting system. They want a proportional voting system instead of electing different MPs. They want to have like a direct, well, like in Sweden, where the amount of percent of votes they get, that's the amount of representatives they get in the parliament. That's what they want here apparently. And you had the Green Party and SNP here. So yeah, that's what this one is about. Otherwise, I think it's mostly quieted down now. Otherwise,
Oh, Jeremy Corbyn. Have you heard that song? Okay. So we've got a new version for today, which goes proportional representation.
This is the part where I struggle to have the news anymore because the election is just so unfair. It took the Lib Dems almost 200,000 votes.
yeah, so if you like this stream, guys, please like,
So
share, subscribe.
Someone's slightly heavier, so they don't blow away.
Women's Equality Party. Is that a political party?
It is, yes.
So what do you guys want?
We've got 7 core policies, which include, am I on camera?
Sorry?
Am I on camera?
Yeah, it's my yeah.
Nice to be on. So we've got equal parenting, equal education, equal healthcare and medical research,
Okay.
equal representation, equal and violence against women and girls, equal media treatment. And I'm not sure which one I forgot now. I've not counted, so but that's at least a big chunk of it.
One thing that interests me is gender pay gap people talk about. Is that anything you
Equal
believe in?
opportunity and equal pay, yes, that's right.
Because a lot of people are saying that that there is actually this gender pay gap is actually fake. What do you say to that?
I think against the development is some kind of backlash, and that's what and they're going on a limb here because there are some very serious studies, and it's a cross-party acknowledgement. No party actually is saying that it doesn't exist. They do all acknowledge it. It's a matter of what they're doing or not doing to make it go away, basically. So I think there's not that many people that in fact believe that it doesn't exist.
Okay.
It's been proven that it is.
But I think it's just the different choices women make compared to men, which makes the difference in pay between the genders.
Get rid of first past the post!
you could ask what is choice, I suppose. Because when the girls are being pushed in one field or another, rather than being already given a choice, then you will end up with girls that choose specific fields. The thing is that it is also true for men, for instance, you know, so it goes both ways. Sadly, children are being pushed one way or another based on stereotypes, and so that's a matter of equal opportunity. Once you've got equal opportunity, you will get closer to equal pay, but the fact is that you still have men that are being promoted over women for the same role.
But don't you have equal opportunity in schools and universities and so on nowadays?
There's a part that's down to culture, and there's you know, in terms of schools and what they offer. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that equal opportunities is not quite achieved.
Okay. And well, so what do you want? Do you want the government to regulate, to make that, to put more women in certain places, or?
Well, there's fields that you can promote to different genders, for instance, and I think, you know, kids need to understand what the possibilities are, and so it needs to go further in that sense. Yes.
So you think government and schools, universities should actively encourage women to do certain things, go to certain studies?
They should really tell them what the possibilities are, and then, you know, free choice, of course.
But that's what I don't understand, because we have free choice now, don't we?
Look, sorry. I think she'll give you a good idea. She's our party leader.
It's a real pleasure to be
Okay.
here today. Not yet, it's not. We are here to discuss that most fundamental right, the right to participate in our democracy, to make our voices heard,
Okay. Yeah,
to be
thanks.
represented by those we wish to represent.
There's apparently a women's equality party
to
that's
hear
speaking.
our politicians speak for us. We have heard a lot from politicians lately about taking back control. But I think the last general election showed more clearly than ever that no one is in control. That we are all hostage to an electoral system that is stifling us. It is stifling our democracy. It is stifling the diversity of our political institutions. Because under the first past the post system, parties rush to select what they deem to be broadly acceptable candidates. And those candidates are more likely to be men. We are here today to say we want to take back control of our votes. We want to see our choices reflected in Parliament. And to do that, we must break down the idea that the votes belong to the two old parties. That the voting system is there to serve them, not us. The vote belongs to the people. And parties have to earn the vote, not expect it. And every vote must count, every single one. We set up the Women's Equality Party because we wanted to do politics.
Are you from the Liberal Democrats?
We were tired of waiting for gender equality. We were tired of being told that they would get to us eventually. We were tired that the only parties we could vote for assumed that we would continue to wait in line. We set out to build a new politics from day one, opening up our membership from the outset so that members of all other political parties can join us. Enshrining in our constitution the capacity to run candidates on joint tickets with other parties. Going head first into progressive alliances, working with all the politicians across the political spectrum who share our determination to deliver real and lasting change. Because we won't wait in line. Because our claim to equality extends to the equality of our vote. Our claim to equal power extends to the power of our vote. Our claim to equal representation extends to the equal weight of our vote. It is time for all sections of society to have a vote that matters. It is time to save our democracy.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get some interview before I leave here, guys.
Thank you, Sophie. And I think it's really crucial to point out that one of the things about changing the voting system is it's not just about fairness, it's about outcomes as well. And what a number of academics has found is that proportional representation does great things for women's representation and the cause of equality for all different groups. The next
yeah, this speaking here seems... Well, let's... hang on.
200,000 votes for each MP that was elected. Obviously.
Excuse me. Are you here to protest the government, or what's this thing here for? Do you know?
Millions of votes.
Okay.
Brinton is the president of the Liberal Democrats, so we're very pleased to have her come and speak today.
I think, guys, I am going to wrap this slide up. It's pretty low energy, not too much. I got lots of good footage from the march earlier today, so I'll upload that. And well, hang on, let me see.
I am absolutely delighted.
We did. There was one time I remember him getting a bit funny. Where was we? I was getting a gig or something.
Presidential election it was not. We do not run a presidential system in this country.
Excuse me. Are you guys from the Socialist Worker Party?
No, we're just holding there for cards.
Okay.
Take a picture if you want.
But you support Corbyn and socialism, or?
I guess yeah.
Yeah, because I'm from Sweden, and in Sweden we had a socialist government for quite a long time now, and it hasn't worked too well. It's the economy has been going down the drain in Sweden recently. It's not been going too good at all. With social, with
social security system.
No, it's no, not really. In Sweden, the hospital. You know, there's a problem with the NHS here in the UK with the hospital beds. In Sweden, there's actually even fewer hospital beds available than here in the UK, and we have like really high tax. It's like a real socialist system. We have the average tax in Sweden is 55%. And it goes up all the way to 80% in tax, and you have lots of welfare and benefits, but the economy is really dumping right now in Sweden. It's when it comes to, for example, a hospital in some areas they've had to close down hospitals, so they have like 10 miles, 20 miles to drive to the nearest hospital because they don't have enough money to fund the hospitals. I think socialism worked relatively well in Sweden up until 5, 10, 15 years ago. I think it coincided with the refugee crisis. A lot of refugees have been coming in, they've been living on benefits in Sweden, and it seems to have coincided with that. But
Not the crash now.
No, Sweden survived relatively well in the crash. Sweden and Germany were the two countries that survived the crash pretty well. But at least the last few years, that's why I'm here in the UK now. Because the last few years in Sweden, the economy has been going down the drain. Really, it's actually the interest rate is actually minus 0.5. So if you keep money in the bank, you lose money in Sweden. So that's not very nice.
but it's not working with a conservative government either, is it?
No, I don't agree with the conservative government either. I think it's better than socialism. I don't think it's ideal. That's my point of view. I don't like Theresa May at all. I dislike her a lot. But I don't like Corbyn either, because socialism hasn't worked well in Sweden at all. And I think if you look at Venezuela, Cuba, the economy hasn't been working very well in those countries. But especially I can say for Sweden, the hospitals have been going down drain. The roads have been worsening year for year.
The state of our roads over here at the moment.
Sorry?
The state of our roads over here at the moment.
Yeah, I mean the roads aren't too pretty here either, but yeah, it's not that Sweden it's not working very well in Sweden, at least. That's for sure. So I can promise you that socialism in Sweden is not any better than this. That's for sure.
Either way, we need a change, and unfortunately, really, we only have two choices.
I think it should be other choices than just the two. That's what I think.
That's all there is.
Yeah, well, in Sweden there is more choices, but yeah, it looks like in the polls in Sweden that there is going to be a nationalist party that's going to win the next election in Sweden. Swedish Democrats. They're leading the polls right now. The Socialist Party is number 2 in Sweden. A few points behind. So they've lost, I think they got something like 30%, they're now down to like 22% in the polls. So people have been kind of revolting against it in Sweden.
The way it shoehorns our political views into a two-party system that just doesn't work. So he's been doing some great work on that, and we're very pleased to have him today. It's really also
Yeah, so I think I'll be wrapping this up. I've got lots of good footage I'll be uploading later. And yeah, this is quite low energy, so I think I'll be leaving this and going back up to the north of the UK, where I came from this morning. So if you like this, please subscribe, share and like, guys. I'm gonna get lots of good footage that's coming up later today. Unfortunately, it seemed like I missed the United Against Extremism march, because I was at the EDL. I was reporting on the EDL march that took place because Antifa were there. There was quite a lot of things kicking off there. I don't think Antifa were over at the other march, so there were more applications and more action going on. So that's why I was there. But it seemed like, from what I've seen, the march in United Against Extremism march seems to be quite a lot more people. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.